Welcome back to the channel, bringing you the latest news from around the world. First of all, subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon for more updates. I'm sure you've heard the news. The world watched Rio de Janeiro this week, not for the carnival, but for the 17th BRICS Summit. Leaders from an expanding group of nations gathered under the iconic gaze of Christ the Redeemer, with a bold agenda to reshape the world. Brazilian President Lula da Silva greeted fellow leaders at the Itamaraty Palace, symbolizing a coalition of nations from the global south. These countries are tired of the old rules, believing the existing global system no longer serves their interests. The summit was their declaration of a new era, where their voices will not be ignored. The BRICS Bloc, originally Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, now represents a significant portion of the world's population and economy. With new members joining, its influence is growing. The summit in Rio was a critical test of the group's unity and vision. Leaders signed a joint declaration with 126 commitments, laying out a roadmap for the future. The document, titled Strengthening Global South Cooperation for a More Inclusive and Sustainable Governance, challenges the status quo. It calls for fundamental changes in finance, trade, climate change, and security. This was the BRICS bloc moving from discussion to action. The world is now forced to pay close attention as the summit sets the stage for a new chapter in global politics. A key story from the Rio summit was the group's expansion. The original 5 members welcomed Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, the UAE, and Indonesia into BRICS. This transforms the bloc into a larger, more diverse coalition, increasing its global influence. The expansion enhances the bloc's geopolitical and economic clout. Indonesia adds a crucial voice from Southeast Asia, while Middle Eastern giants and Ethiopia strengthen the group's global reach. The summit introduced a partner country model, allowing nations to align with BRICS without full membership. This two-tiered structure builds a wider network of allies, creating a sphere of influence. The expanded BRICS now represents a significant share of global GDP, trade, and population. The leaders aim to build a multipolar world order, challenging outdated institutions like the UN Security Council and IMF. With more members and partners, BRICS has the strength to push for reforms. The expansion gives the group a new sense of purpose and power. A dramatic theme of the Rio summit was the push against the US dollar. The BRICS nations see the dollar's dominance as a vulnerability, exposing them to US monetary policy and sanctions. Their goal is de-dollarization, reducing reliance on the American currency. Leaders explored steps to achieve this, like using national currencies in trade and strengthening the new development bank. A bold proposal was a BRICS Multilateral Guarantees Initiative to encourage investment. These measures aim to build a financial system outside Washington's control. The US responded with threats of tariffs on countries undermining the dollar. This set the stage for a potential economic showdown. The BRICS bloc condemned the threats, highlighting deep economic tensions. The outcome of this struggle could lead to a fragmented global economy. The world watches to see if this will escalate into a full-blown economic conflict. Beyond economic debates, BRICS leaders in Rio forged common ground on critical global issues. Climate change was a top priority, with a new framework for joint action announced. Indonesian President Prabowo set a bold target for 100% renewable energy in 10 years. Brazil and South Africa pledged to advance a coordinated BRICS climate agenda. This united front could give the Global South a stronger voice in global climate negotiations. The summit also addressed international security, calling for peace in Gaza and condemning attacks on members. By speaking collectively, BRICS asserts itself as a significant player in global peace and security. The group also focused on AI governance, calling for a global dialogue to ensure technology benefits all. This position on technology, climate, and security shows BRICS as a political alliance with a comprehensive vision. The summit projected unity, but underlying tensions were evident. Russian President Putin and Chinese President Xi participated virtually, sparking speculation. Their absence created a vacuum filled by Brazilian President Lula and Indian Prime Minister Modi. The aggressive US tariff threats forced BRICS nations to close ranks. The summit tested the bloc's ability to withstand pressure from the US. Global reactions were mixed, with Western capitals concerned and developing nations hopeful. The debates were fierce. Is BRICS a genuine alternative or a fragile alliance? The drama in Rio provided no easy answers but showed the world is paying close attention. The Rio Summit's impact will be felt for a long time. The expansion of BRICS and its challenge to the dollar-centric system represent a shift in global power dynamics. The world is becoming more fragmented and competitive. Economic tensions between the US and BRICS could escalate, leading to trade wars. The push for reforming global institutions will intensify. The world may head towards a new kind of Cold War between competing visions for global order. All eyes turn to India, set to take over the BRICS presidency in 2026. India must balance relationships with the West and BRICS countries. Prime Minister Modi's leadership will be tested. Can BRICS maintain unity and succeed in its plans? How will the US and allies respond? The summit in Rio was the beginning of a new chapter in global politics. We must watch how India leads and whether this multipolar world finds cooperation or conflict.